Hi, I'm Brad with Caldwell's Roofing, and I wanted to do a video to show how to add a percentage onto a price um, for job costing and whatnot. So this is a very easy mistake to make. Let's say that you've got hard job costs on a particular job. This is labor, material, that's it. Labor and material costs you as a contractor $10,000. Okay. Now let's say that we want to make 30% gross margin of total sales to cover our overhead and our profit and that kind of thing. So we want to have 30% of the final number. So do you just basically say 1 plus 0.3 and then multiply that by your cost? That's what most people will do right there. Or do you use this formula here, which is 1 divided by 1 minus 0.3, and then multiply that result by the 10,000. So if you do this first option, you end up with $13,000, and that probably sounds correct to you. You think, well, that is 30%, right? That's 30% of 10,000. Well, it is 30% of 10,000, but it's not 30% of the new number, which is 13,000. And so when you use this other formula instead, you end up multiplying by 1.428 to give you the 30%, and you end up with 14,285. Okay, so let's come down here and let's calculate our gross margin on both of these. So you got 3,000 on the first job, 13,000 minus 10,000, 3,000 divided by 13,000 total. You only end up with 23%. And so you thought you were going to get 30%. Turns out, end of the year or end of the job, you only got 23%. That's because it's a faulty calculation. And then using the second method, we say $4,285 netted over 14,285 total price. That does give us a 30%. So basically, anytime you're adding a percentage on that's going to be expressed as something coming out of the total number, then it's sort of like chasing your own tail kind of thing, or I don't know how best to describe it, like a lower roof plane a low slope roof plane killing into a steeper slope roof plane. It's like it keeps on gaining a little bit more, but then it gets a little higher and a little more, but it's less each time, but it still keeps getting incrementally a little bit more, and so it's like you never can quite reach it. Well, this is the formula that lets you finally reach it. Basically, and I don't know if I explained that well enough or not, but basically what you have is these are numbers that we would think that we want to multiply by 1.2, 1.3 or whatever, but if we're really trying to get 20% or 30% gross margin, then we need to be multiplying by 1.25 or 1.428 times our hard job costs. Now if you want to add a 3.25% credit card fee onto something, onto your job, you would think you just multiply by that right there. Well, actually you don't. You want to multiply by 1.0336, and that will give you the exact number that leaves you basically not incurring any cost for having charged with the credit card, allowing the customer to charge with the credit card. If you're wanting to get like 40%, you've got like a whole bunch of overhead costs in your particular industry, or you're doing remodeling or something, you may have even higher than that. You would think let's multiply by 1.4, when in fact you want to multiply by 1.67. You see, as the percentage gets bigger here, what you actually need to multiply by gets even a lot bigger, and there's a whole bunch more difference in between the numbers. So, down here at the 3% credit card fee, it's not that big of a deal. But, if you're trying to see 30% or 40% gross margin on your final total sales, when you're looking at your income statement at the end of the year, then, those are the numbers that you need to be doing. And so just remember, the formula is, if you're wanting to figure out, how to change the percentage that you think you need to be putting on there to the correct one that actually meets up to that higher price and matches that new higher price, this is the formula. It's 1 over 1 minus x, where x is the percentage that you're trying to add onto the job, expressed as 0.3 something, not as, 30, like 30% wouldn't be expressed as 30, it'd be expressed as 0.3. So, that's it right there. I think that's very fascinating, very helpful. So make sure you are charging enough on your jobs to cover your overhead and make enough profit and stuff. And by the way, this book right here, this is where I got this stuff. This is absolutely excellent book, Markup and Profit, A Contractor's Guide Revisited by Michael C. Stone. This guy has been a contractor and a remodeler and stuff for much of his life, and he's learned the hard way all this stuff, and it's just, this book is just packed with information. This is by far the best business book that I've ever read. There's nothing comes close to this in terms of business books, so I would definitely recommend it.